United States of America was named after an Italian? America is a feminization of Amerigo, Amerigo Vespucci. Born in Florence in 1454, the seafaring son of a notary crossed the Atlantic a few years after Columbus. Unlike Columbus, who believed until his death that he had visited Asia, Vespucci identified the landmasses he encountered as a new world. I have found a continent more densely populated and abounding in animals than our Europe or Asia or Africa, he wrote. This report circulated widely in multiple languages as a book called Mundus Novus, made possible by the invention of the European printing press. In 1507, a German cartographer named Martin Waldseemüller, living in northern France, carved a new map of the world on 12 wooden blocks, based on his French edition of the Mundus Novus. On the single printed copy of this map that survives, one can see Waldseemüller create a novel label for the new world, a wink at Vespucci, America. As legions of natives slaved on Spanish plantations and mines until death, the Europeans faced an ethical dilemma. In 1504, the King of Spain gathered scholars and lawyers to evaluate the legality of conquest in the New World on both human and divine terms. Did the natives possess dominion? Did they possess sovereignty? Regarding dominion, the Europeans turned to Roman law. As Columbus claimed that Taino had no property, they therefore did not own any land. Regarding sovereignty, they turned to Aristotle's Politics, which claims that all relations are relations of hierarchy. The soul over the body, man over animals, men over women, masters over slaves. Aristotle views slavery as natural, and that those who are by nature possessions are those who have a lesser capacity for reason, and that slaves would be better off with a master. In Spanish eyes, the Taino were natural-born slaves. Furthermore, their deaths from European diseases appeared signs of divine providence. In actuality, the European ships which introduced cattle, pigs, goats, sheep, chickens, and horses to the New World also introduced alien crops and disruptive weeds, not to mention invisible pathogens causing smallpox, measles, diphtheria, trachoma, whooping cough, malaria, typhoid fevers, yellow fever, dengue fever, scarlet fever, amoebic dysentery, influenza diseases, and the Black Plague, which had recently slain half of the European population. Natives proved vulnerable to these pathogens, namely because they did not live in such close quarters with domesticated animals and rats and vermin, as they generally maintained a different tradition of animal husbandry, game management. By burning forest undergrowth, the Indians crafted vast pastures, attracting and guiding herbivores and those that preyed on them across the continent, such as the American